Greetings, everyone. Facebook, greetings, Instagram, greetings, YouTube fam. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to season 5, episode 89 of Karima Show and Tell. On today's show, y'all, we have a very, very special show, a very, very big show. Because usually it's only like 2 guests, but now I think we're gonna have like 9 or 10 people. On today's show, everybody knows who I am. I'm Karima J. Spear, aka K2. I'm a poet, writer, director, so forth and so on. And today, on today's show, we have Big Dog, Chocolate Chuck, Mr. Charles as my co-host. We are doing Battle of the Sexes, y'all. And those out there know who at Battle of the Sexes, and this is his brainchild, y'all. I'm so excited that we're doing it on this show at this time. So anyway, if you like what we're doing, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share it, please share it. So on today's show, we're gonna do the Battle of the Sexes between the women and men, and we're gonna come to a meeting of the minds, so to speak. So, Charles, how are we gonna start this off, man?
Well, we're gonna let the women ask the first question. So the first one that was kind of brought up that people want to know about, It's always comes up at our battles. We've been doing this since 2008. Our last one was 2016, and I wanted to do a little comeback, but we had the COVID hit, so I'm waiting for that to clear up, and so black folk get vaccinated so we can get this rolling. So the first question: what makes a woman marriage material? And this question is for the men. The women are asking the men this question, so they want to know.
What makes a woman marriage material? Well, you want to start?
Who, me?
Anybody? Come on, you know you want to start.
Oh, big booty. We'll start there, and we could probably end it there too. So,
nah.
It doesn't take much for me. I'm just saying.
It's a big booty. Okay. Me, I think marriage material. You need what I come to understand. You want a woman equally yoked with you, in heart, mind, and soul. That's what you want. You want somebody that you get their humor, or they get your humor. Like if, in other words, like y'all match up pretty well. That's what I think. And yeah, at least y'all have I think enough patience for each other. That's something that you won't have to learn in your relationship. Like first you got to date a person first, and then if that connects well, then you go, okay, cool, maybe we can go to the next level. So how about y'all? How about you, Robert?
I agree with a lot that you said. It's also helpful if the women can just be nice for a change. There's a lot of women out there that just aren't as nice as they can be. I understand that it's a lot of men out there that might be trying to waste your time, but you can't treat every single man like the last one. You have to treat them and judge them for yourself. And just someone that's being kind, supportive, and all those type of things that help enhance yourself and make you an overall great woman.
Okay. Yeah, me. My thing is reasoning, understanding, somebody I can talk to. I got to be able to connect, because if we can't have a reasoning and understanding, there's no way we can go any further. Because my dad used to always tell me, talk about resolution. Someone who's in love with resolution, even though you have a disagreement, you got to be able to resolve whatever you're going through. So I need, with me, marriage material is someone who's understanding, and I don't want to say the word common sense because, but the thing is just reasoning and understanding. That's the main thing for me.
Oh, I want to add something. And has to have a job. I refuse to marry anybody that don't have a job. But I wouldn't expect nobody to want to marry me if I didn't have a job either, because this is California and things are expensive, and one person can't carry the whole load. That's how I look at it. You need a team, that's how I look at it. So
people selling crack and weed is a job, just so y'all ladies know up front. It's just don't get caught.
No,
Tax free. It's tax free. I'm just saying. If I leave at 9 and come in at 5, that's a job. I'm just, I'm in the sales, pharmaceuticals.
Director of sales.
So,
That's
but on the real, yeah, I like the answers of supportive. Someone got to be kind of back in your, I won't say dream all the time, but maybe your dreams and goals. Some book sense, some common sense, and some street sense. A little combination of all that. And just good conversation, good personality, knows what's funny. You don't have to necessarily be funny, but know my jokes are funny. You may not laugh, but just know that they're funny because you might not have caught up with the joke yet. You know what I'm saying? So now the ladies can chime in. What would you say would make you marriage material?
Well, I mean, no one mentioned anything about looks. I mean, and men are like, visual creatures.
That's a given.
You guys like that. So but no one mentioned anything about that.
I said big booty.
But no, you said marriage material. You didn't say dating material. Marriage material is another level past dating. You got to already think she cute before you even get to the marriage part.
Okay, so you're saying that goes without saying then.
Yeah.
Right.
The looks part.
Yeah.
So it's just all dating.
Yeah, we wouldn't be dating if we didn't have a physical attraction to begin with.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So yeah, I mean, the things that you guys said, I get those things. That makes sense. But what about, no one mentioned cooking. What about cooking? Do you guys like to eat? No one wants to eat?
Yeah.
Dinners?
As long as the food is
I didn't want to be all, male kind of, my thing. But yeah, y'all got to burn in the kitchen and like it's your job, basically.
Did you say like it's your job? Hold up. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Did you say like it's your job?
Well, your occupation. Is that better?
Come on, Tony. Say.
No, that is not better. First of all, did you say that it's like my occupation? No, I don't have to know how to cook. I don't have to know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I work 8 to 5, just like you work 8 to 5. The cooking goes both ways. That's just period.
I'm running from the cops a lot of times when I'm working, so I'm gonna be a little more hungrier than you. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, me, I like to cook. So I don't want the man in my kitchen.
So
I like to cook in my own. I like that. But that's part of my love language. That's my love language is to make a meal for you, is to cook. I like to. I guess I'm old fashioned.
So what if the man like to cook too? Y'all gonna be fighting in the kitchen?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause I like to cook.
Really? I'm not fighting. That's what I'm not doing. You can have it. Go on and put that apron on, baby. Put the apron on. Let me help you. Tie that apron.
Well, gender roles are very
important. You gotta go and look like
me.
Melvin from.
I like the traditional gender roles where the woman cooks and the man comes in and eats the dinner. I just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you believe in chivalry, you have to also believe in gender roles. You can't have one without the other. So
I agree.
Yeah.
All that is part of like understanding. You got to understand, what makes a relationship work. It works differently for everybody. Just like you had one sister says she don't cook, you got the other sister says she do cook. So when if you have that understanding, then you can make that work. But if you refuse to communicate and have that understanding, then that's when you're going to have that clash.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has to define their own marriage, the terms of their marriage. I mean, you can't just go with this traditional American marriage, ideal of marriage. You have to go with what works for you and the person that you're actually married to, because that's the only way that's going to even work, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Sean, about knowing your love language. You got to know your each other's love language in order to be like, okay, cool, this is what you do, this is what I do. Okay, we can build. But you get that out the way before you get married.
Right. That's a dating thing.
That's a dating thing. That's like
my love language is Ebonics, so I don't know if that's gonna help me any, but
ignorance.
Just saying. All right, y'all. So the next question. This was always interesting when we used to have these things. May not be at this segment of our lives, but should a man pay for the date if he just met a woman, or should they go Dutch until they have a few more dates? And that's men asking women. So ladies, chime in.
You want to go, LaTanya? You want to
Okay,
start
let me
off?
go.
No,
Okay,
we
first
know
of
the
all,
answer. We know the answer, but I just want to hear how it comes out. So.
okay, so first of all, if you're at, I have no problem paying for the date. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. I have no problem paying for my date, anything. But I feel like, be quiet, Robert. I feel like if a man asks me out on a date and it's a first date, I'm thinking that you're gonna pay for the date. That's what I'm thinking, because at this point it's like you're trying to sweep me off my feet. So why would you come at me like, oh, you got this bad, you got this bill, or can we go Dutch? Because that's gonna be like a turnoff. Like, you're asking me out on a date. Why should I expect to pay? Period.
But at Red Lobster, them prices can get kind of high, so I kind of know where that dude was coming from. So.
But maybe you shouldn't be taking me to Red Lobster if you can't.
I wouldn't even go there.
Red Rooster,
like me, I don't even do Red Lobster. But I'm just saying, like, why would you even? You could just say, well, wait, like, can we go have a cup of coffee? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Dates can be free. You could take me for a walk on a beach. Like, a date can be anywhere. It could be free.
You gonna come home and cut
I agree.
For a girlfriend. Go to the beach.
No, I totally agree, because I kind of feel bad sometimes for men, because they do often have to pay so much every time they go out with someone. It's like the bill's $100, $200 or whatever. So, you can tailor the dates to where they're not so expensive. You're not spending so much money. You could be creative too, but if I pay for the date, if I pay 9 times out of 10, that's pretty much it for me. I'm not going to see you again. If I
ask the super sizes, you're gonna be like, nah, dog, I'm done with you.
Yeah, no, I probably, if I'm paying, then that's pretty much a wrap.
Okay.
But are you asking? Like, if you're asking the guy on the date,
right,
you expect him to pay?
No, if I ask him, then I would pay.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem paying at all. I have no problem paying, but most of the time, if I do pay, if the guy asks me and I go ahead and pay, that is me telling him, we're done here.
I heard that.
Like, I know.
Cold-blooded. All right, fellas, you want to chime in?
I'll chime in. One of my pickup lines used to be, so when you taking me out, but I'm still traditional in roles, so I've never let a woman actually pay for the first date. But I'll always love their response when I ask them that question. Because, some will be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Some will be like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I will take you out or whatever. But, when the check comes, I've never let them actually pay the first, whatever. But that's, me. These young dudes now, y'all in trouble.
Yeah. Bill?
No, I've paid for the date, but my test is, I was like, can you give something for the tip? And that's the test, literally. I just want to see what you say. I just want to see the reaction. The thing is, I'm going to pay for everything.
Oh, okay.
How you react. Like, if you holding that purse all tight against your body, right? And I say you want to do a tip, I'm just like, okay, she will.
Like, yeah, I used to always hate the whole, can you get the tip thing? I'm like, no, get everything. You're going to get everything, get everything.
I just want to, but it's a test. It's not even like I just want to see what's your thoughts on money? How you think about money? So I just want to see, like, hey, I'm going to pay for it, because I ain't going to be cheap enough to ask you out and then be like, not do the right thing. But
right.
But I do be like, hey, she said, I want a tip. I was like, because some women will do that fake, be like, the bill come and put that fake hand arm movement, and it's like, like I was going to, but I had a kink in my neck type thing. I seen that, so I'll be like, yeah, you can pay the tip, but the reality is, I just want to see how you react to that. So,
Will?
Well, I just feel whoever asks should pay, because it's like you don't know what situation a person's in at that particular time. Because if I'm just like with me, I had hard year 2020. because everything shut down and money wasn't coming in as I wanted to. So, you know, it is more so like I'm not going to ask nobody out when I'm not able to do that. But if you ask me out, I'm going to be straight up and tell you, hey, things are hard right now. And if you say, and like the sister said, if she pay, it's a wrap. But hey, you asked me. So, you know, yeah, but we would probably, I'm just one of those brothers, I'll just be straight up, you know, at the beginning. I'm not going to um, just go on a date
Yeah.
and expect you to pay if I ask. But if you ask, you know, I can still pay, you know. But if you ask and I don't pay, you know, there ain't no need to get upset with me. You the one wanted to go.
Hey, Charles, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. What if, okay, he pays for the date, right? Right. But he get a real shitty tip. I mean, like $1, and the date is like $100. When you feel some type of way about that, or you just don't pay attention to that at all?
You asking me?
No, I'm talking about to the ladies. I mean, do you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you?
Go ahead,
I mean,
Sean. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I mean, I don't normally pay attention to those
Right,
things.
yeah.
Most
Okay,
men
just
would
wanna
put it
know.
on the credit card, but if I did see that, I probably would be like, you know, wow.
Why we
$1?
think this went out?
Yeah, I probably would be like, wow.
I'm just.
What does Miss Non-Red Lobster say? What do you say?
I would say something. I would be like, well, you know what? I mean, if you want, I can give something toward the tip. You know, I would say something because, you know, those people work hard. That's their job. And I know a lot of people that are like in that industry, and you know, I just respect their hustle. Like I just do. So I believe in tipping like the waiters and the waitresses. I do. That's just me.
Okay.
Tara's coming.
Tara's in.
Okay. You got another lady coming in, y'all. So, you know.
Hey.
Hey.
Where's she work at? Whole Foods? What is that?
Man, she cooking.
Who's that? Ralph's? Where is she at?
She's
Oh.
driving.
How you
She
doing?
in the
Tara?
Maybach.
So meet the folks.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hey, girl. Hey, sister girl.
We in the middle of a question. So Charles, you want to ask your question?
Yeah. When they're going out for the first time, should the man pay for the first date, or should they go Dutch until a few more dates?
Sorry, that question.
Frozen. Unless she really think this is funny. Oh, okay, there we go.
I'd like to say that
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's getting.
You like to say it.
She at Fox Hill.
amen. I just left the grocery store. Excuse me, y'all. I'm in the car.
Oh, good.
She in Compton. Tell her drive to LA.
I'd like to
It's hard to hear you. We can't really hear you.
Hey, Tar, you want to text it in? You want to put it in the chat?
Put it in the chat.
Court woman. A woman was not created.
She doesn't know.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
A woman was not created to chase a man.
All right.
What happened? Oh, she coming back. She coming back.
Yeah, tell her to get out of Fox Hills Mall's parking lot. Get to a better location with some Wi-Fi. Tell her we at 5G now, not 2G.
You want to continue into the next question?
All right, so next question. This is the women asking the men. Why do men want to be so quick to hit it before they even get to know the woman or you?
Good question.
So, fellas.
Why is that?
Yes, that's a great question.
Okay, you really want to know the truth?
Yes. That's what we on here for, right?
Right.
Okay.
Because that's our first goal, okay, is to see what you're about physically, like what is she gonna? Because sometimes you can do a one night stand and become a relationship, and sometimes you can date somebody for a long time and not become a relationship. So we're gonna try and get the draws as quickly as we can because we conquer things. That's kind of what we do, you know. So we look at it in terms of that, but it also depends on how you present yourself to us. Because if you come off like, oh, I'm about to hit this, then yeah, we're gonna come up. But if you come like, oh, I'm about to hang out with this for a while before I even get to first base, you know. So it's kind of like how you guys present yourself and how we respond to your presentation. Don't leave me hanging. Somebody better back me up. We'll be like,
your boys are quiet.
Chuck, you know me. You know me, man. I just,
I don't. So
no. I'm a talker, man. I'm a talker. So basically, a lot of times, I guess I talk myself out of it. So, but I gotta have communication, man. I just can't go straight like that.
Okay, that's the first lie. Go ahead, Rob. What you go ahead?
Well, my thing is that's never my goal in the first place, and I found that if you don't pursue a woman that fast, or if you continue to wait, a lot of times they start to wonder, well, what's going on with you? Some might even think that you might be gay.
Yeah.
I've actually had that question to me because, that's just not my style. I don't try to, go after women just like that sexually, because that's just not how I've ever been. But, what I can tell you is that a man is going to do what you let him do. So, and if a woman can understand that, set the boundaries, then she'll have a better success rate in regards to dealing with men going forward. Because we're going to do, they're going to try and get away with anything they can get away with. But if you guys, kind of slow the things down or whatever to whatever your pace is, then you'll be able to control your destiny with the relationship.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that completely. Yes.
I'm real good at setting boundaries, so it take a minute for me anyway. So
I know with me, it ain't about the time. I don't look at the time. Like I said, it depends on that connection. So if I get a great connection, you don't know what's going to happen. So the thing is, I'm not playing no games, and I'm not trying to see who can score first and all that. I'm just trying to be real with somebody. I'm more like, I like to be authentic. I like to just see what's coming. I don't like to plan stuff, just like we was talking about dates earlier. Like I'm not a big person of going out on restaurants. I like walking in the park talking. Like I told you, some of y'all already know me. I'm a big talker. So, but basically, that's not, I'm more like what Rob, that ain't my MO right there. But Chuck.
Well, no, I'm just,
I know you joking.
Well, no. Well. Oh, you mean on this? Yeah. Now I'm really trying to find the heart of her and just see, how, soft and moist, or soft and
Moist. Hey, now, wait, what? No.
Well, hey, hold on. I can't hear you yet still because there you go. Well, I'm trying to get to the heart of vaginally speaking. What I'm trying to say is, I would like to get to know her better, but if that happens first, then that's cool. We're both grown, so.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So what happens? What happens when you hit it and you don't like it? So that means you ghosting her next? Is that what happens?
I think it only happened one time where I hit it and I didn't like it. So it's very rare it happens. But no, I wouldn't ghost her. I would give her a second chance to prove herself.
Really?
Well, I don't give second chances. If it's bad the first time,
that's one time
I'm talking about on my end. If I feel you were bad, I'm like, well, I'll give her a chance to prove herself to me that she's worthy of being with me.
I totally get it.
She's worthy of my company.
I totally get it. I'm just saying from my perspective, if I'm with a man and it's horrible, that's that.
Yeah,
There's
women
no
cut it off
second
way
chance.
quicker than men. Men will be like, I'm gonna give you 14 more chances
Oh.
until I see some improvement. You know, that's how we are. Cause
So
it's
let me
very
ask
hard to
this.
have bad
Yeah,
sex with
let
women.
me ask Sean. Okay, you
Hi.
say you cut them off quick. Now, what is it that a man? What makes you cut them off quick? Give me an
If the
example.
sex is bad, if the sex is bad, then he will be cut off quick. And then also if his penis is small, then I won't even go any further.
Oh,
I'll stop right there.
Right.
That's the deal breaker for her.
That well, that's understandable. Yeah, that's understandable because
like
I'm more like if I get up in it and you seems like you had a high body count, I'm out.
There you go.
How you gonna know that? You don't know that. You
But
know
that stops your high body count.
Believe me. You know when somebody been through the ring.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I have a question.
That's
Come on,
how you
man.
stop.
Chuck,
Right
you've
there.
been with virgins before, and you have been with virgins. You've been with somebody who's been through the ring. You know when somebody been through the ring that had a high body count.
Some of the
So,
walls
you
are
know.
a little bit broken, you know, and kind of wide. Yeah, you know,
Not wife
like a
material.
pencil in a cup. You know, so, I'm just saying. Tara was saying something. Go ahead, Tara.
Yeah, I was saying since the men asked a question or a man asked a question about vaginally speaking, I had a question pertaining to men stating on the first date or second or so that they don't eat pussy. What's going on with that? What's up with that? Like they just put it on the table right there.
I don't know too many men that would say that, but you know, I mean,
they're there.
Really?
Right.
Well, I wouldn't know, so I would, you know, because it's fun to indulge in carpet munching. That's some fun stuff at times.
Yes. Yes.
On the first date, though? Wait, let's go back. On the first date, you guys are carpet munching?
No, on the first date, they're stating
they
that.
just say it that they don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, no, I've never
They're
done
stating
that.
that they don't do that. So it's like, okay, you're putting yourself out there. I'd like to know what these men that are here on the chat personally think about that.
Okay, Tara, with the questions.
Yeah. All right, Robert, you want to answer that? Robert, you want to answer that question? I'm sorry. I'm taking over as the host.
Robert ain't been talking.
Well, let's just put it this way. That's not something that I would ever say on a date. And it's not something that I would ever advertise. But what I do know is if it's somebody that I'm really clicking with and we're having a really good time, there's minimal limit to what you may or may not do within that, scenario. That's what I'll say.
So to each its own, and if the vibe is right kind of thing, and you see where it goes. And sometimes I personally, I like a good vibe. And I like mental stimulation, and physical attraction has to be there. If it's not, then how could it go any further genuinely?
Right. And no stubble.
Right. Fair that.
But I would never sit up there and say I do this or I don't do this.
Will said that. Will, why you say no?
I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, I was trying
because that's something that I don't know. A 6-year-old probably states he do. I mean, a young guy say he does what he won't do in the first date.
If you
You
know 6-year-olds who
never
talk
know
about
what
that, we all in trouble.
Say what? Say what?
I'm just saying, R. Kelly, we all in trouble.
R. Kelly.
All right. So next question.
I missed that
This is for the ladies. The men are asking the questions to the women on this one. Will you rock with a man if his pockets aren't deep as yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Lie. Next person.
Yeah, she just said, she'll cut him off. He don't pay for the date. So listen.
Right. So that's
no, I didn't say if he didn't pay for the date. I said if I pay for it, that just means I'm done.
What if his pockets aren't as deep as yours?
His pockets wasn't deep
enough. I have married men who didn't make it nowhere near as much money as I made. And that wasn't an issue.
Okay.
Because I don't date men for money. I date them because I like them. I don't date them because of money. I honestly do not.
Okay. Red Lobster, what do you say?
Okay, so let me think about this for a minute. So, will I date someone? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that I have. I'm gonna say that now that I've gotten older, I'm kind of sorry, but I need us to be on the same level. Either you're gonna have to be a little bit higher than me, or we're gonna have to be on the same level. Because I just truly believe that I have a lot to offer and I have a lot of assets, and I just think that they should have the same or more. That's just me.
You didn't always have those assets.
Did you say a lot of ass?
Assets.
Oh,
You always just hear ass.
because I was going to ask you to stand up. My bad. Tara, go ahead.
Let's see here. I definitely feel the same as Latanya here, as sis right here, because I am a little bit older and a little more wiser and mature. And I would like somebody that could be on the same level, excuse me, or someone that can potentially help me grow to reach my ultimate levels. And you know, dating someone that is not in the same financial bracket doesn't necessarily mean that they won't promote growth. However, the road is going to be a little bit tougher. And as a woman, I don't feel that we should carry that weight. Men are naturally born providers. That is what the man is supposed to do. So he should definitely be on the same level or a little bit higher when it comes to bringing in the check and being the provider.
Okay. All right. Problem. I'm going to move on to, let's see.
So what about you guys? So you guys asked us the question. So what about you? I mean, like, what do you guys want? Do you guys want a woman that could you guys handle a woman that makes more money than you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but I would say I don't want somebody that works at McDonald's. That is the fry person. I just don't. I'm a professional, and I would like to have somebody equally yoked that's a professional too, so we can have some good conversations. Be like, yeah, I had flipping those fries today. It was a trip. Like, that's not a good conversation for me. It's like, why are we talking? But yeah, I've dated women way paid than I was, and it was fine. It was fine to me. But you do want somebody around the same financial level, you know, or at least somebody that doesn't have a whole bunch of liabilities of like 5 children, and you know, that's not equally yoked.
Right.
I agree. I don't want any chick that works at McDonald's, at least Chick-fil-A. I mean, because the chicken. All right, so this is the women asking the men. Is it okay for a woman to ask for a man's hand in marriage?
No.
No. Nope. That's not it. That's not it.
Yeah.
Can you give hints?
No.
Yeah, it brings me back to what I said previously, that men are supposed to be the natural chasers and the natural providers. And, you know, y'all have to be that manly macho man and step up and propose. A woman doing that is just, it's out of place. It's not right. Although I don't judge if that happens, hey, and if that's what the couple wants to do, so be it. Y'all go ahead about that. But my perspective and my personal opinion is the man should be proposing to the woman.
Okay.
I agree. I just think it just sets a weird tone to the whole relationship and the whole marriage. I want the man I want to make sure that he wants, that this is what he wants, because I mean, this is another topic, but I just don't think that men are really happy married for the most part. So, I mean, how would you ever know if this is really what he wants to do if you're asking him to do it?
Right.
Right.
Latanya?
So I agree with Sean and Tara, because just like men, you know, women are kind of afraid of rejection as well. So what happens if we ask the question and he doesn't want to marry us, you know, marry me like that? That would be like heartbreaking. And you know, Sean is right. It's like, you know, the men are kind of the ones that are supposed to wear the pants in the family. If I'm asking, because I've already been kind of like categorized as being bossy. So if I was to ask, yes. So,
do you disagree?
You know, that would just not be a great move for me to ask my man to marry me, because it's like, who's wearing the pants in this relationship? Am I wearing them?
Right.
It's too much masculine energy, a lot of masculine energy, and no.
Let me ask the question. I mean, if a woman, because there's been women on like YouTube and stuff like that that have asked their husband, their man to be married. How do you feel about them doing that? Do you feel like that should be beneath them, or is this more like that's just to their own thought?
I mean, I guess that's like Tara said, you don't judge them, but I wouldn't do that. And I definitely would not be on social media, you know, holding up a ring and on my knee to some man. No.
Right.
Women should be on their knees for other reasons. So I do agree with you.
I agree. I'm totally in agreement.
Yes.
But not doing that.
I'm just saying.
God is MVP.
Well, here's my thing. If a woman has to ask a man for marriage, always remember this. That means he is not ready.
Oh.
Okay? Only a man knows when he's ready to get married. It's only his decision and his decision only. It's going to be a shitty marriage for the most part if a man does accept a woman's proposal, because he's like, well, I wasn't really ready. So, you know, he's going to always throw that back up in her face if it fails. You know, so, yeah, I agree. It could only go on one side. I would never, you know, have that, you know, like, what are you doing? You're like, you know, because you look kind of desperate, kind of thirsty at that point. So, yeah. Robert?
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think it's an unbalanced relationship if you have a woman taking on that role, and you never know, you know, how that's going to end up playing out in the relationship, because you already took the masculine role. So now you're going to have this man who could end up being docile within the relationship. And I know you ladies don't like a man that's not, you know, a real man.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with everybody else. Yeah. I don't think no woman should ask a man to marry her. Because like for the most part, you know, I guess most men we really don't want to be married. So, and just being real, we really don't want to be married. We can just have y'all for the rest of our lives and not have no, you know, and not really have to marry you. Then if we're not asking, then that ain't what we want to do.
Right.
I mean, I don't totally agree that men just don't want to be married. I think there are some. I have like uncles that they want to. They are the married type. They don't want to be the single version. They don't want to be the single type. They like the relationship. They like building the family.
How old are they?
51.
51.
51.
They're a little older.
Wow. Did you say?
But Kareem, I'm going by statistics. You go by statistics, that's the truth. You know.
Right. Yeah.
The numbers say.
Well,
you know,
I know men in their 20s that actually want to be married in their late 20s. So, I mean, I'd have to say to each his own. I'm not sure what the statistics are, but I believe that age really doesn't matter when it comes to a man or woman getting married. I've been proposed to in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now. I wasn't ready. I gave the ring back. It happens to be the woman and not the man in that particular scenario. So, yeah, I think it varies from each relationship to each individual. We can't really say, hey, most men aren't ready, but, you know, to each its own in that particular aspect, I think.
I mean,
Now, I only think I'm just saying when I go by the numbers, you look at the numbers, and you ask 100 men that question, you're going to get at least 75, 80 going to say no. And those have been, just check out the numbers, just look that up.
I mean,
And what I'm not saying, we know people, I know, a lot of brothers who want to be married, and just can't find that special one, but the world is bigger than the little people that we know. So I know, but I was just speaking of the numbers overall.
I mean, I know people who are like single fathers and are having to raise their children. And I talk to them. None of them want to be single. They would rather have a partner to help build something with. I mean, especially them, because it's not like they purposely say, "Oh yeah, I want to be a single father." It's just a situation came that it just didn't work out, and I guess they're the more responsible parent, and they became like, I know a few of them. I know like 8 or 9 guys that they looking for people, but they just didn't find the right person.
Well, what I find is that men who I meet who are older, they are the ones more so like ready to settle down and get married. They want to get married usually when they're like older.
All right, so next question. This is the men asking the women. Do some women fake being a freak to get what they want from a man? All you freaks don't answer at once. Go ahead and,
Definitely. I mean, who doesn't kind of fake the fuck?
Damn it.
I heard definitely. That's what I heard.
I heard definitely. That's all I heard. I wanted to hear the rest of it.
Oh, Tar, it's getting good.
Right. You was trying to get the good answer. Damn it. All right, Sean, go ahead and fill in, because we'll let Tara come back when she...
I have no idea.
Definitely. I said, who doesn't fake the funk at some point, whether it's female or male?
Well, we talking about y'all right
I don't know, ladies. What do y'all say?
Talking about y'all. Don't pass it off to us.
I'm curious to hear what Sean and LaTanya.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. No. I mean, I like sex. I like sex. I like, I enjoy it, but I'm not gonna fake it. I'm gonna just do whatever.
Sex is one thing. We're talking about being a freak, like,
be all aggressive.
Freak.
They're like, hey, you know what we do.
Well, I mean, it just depends on the vibe between you and the person. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I don't know. Whatever I want, I go get myself. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that to get no.
I don't know. I think it's like it's kind of like a fun little cat and mouse game sometimes, where it's like, okay, especially in a relationship where you have a good vibe with somebody and you like, okay, let's see how freaky we can do this tonight. Let's see if I can make him feel like this, or let's see if, so I wouldn't necessarily say faking it, but I say like putting the extras on it, little extra sauce, so that you can have a good time and treat each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's different. That is like fun. That's like fun play when you're, couple play or whatever. So yeah. That's
right.
But that's a fake out, because we actually think that's true. That's how you really are.
Right.
That all that extra. We be like, oh, okay. Oh, she fun. Okay, cool. This is how the relationship is. And then you get in a relationship, you be like, nah, I'm sleepy. Oh God, I work all day.
I just want to be on my back.
I have found men that do that.
Right.
I found men that do that. I'm telling you, they be all sex all the time at first. And then they'll say, I can't have sex every day, Sean. I'm like, really?
Well, yeah, because it's no longer new to us,
So make it fun. Do something. But
fun for us is bringing another chick in. So.
Oh God.
Hey, he said that. I didn't. Don't put that.
I'm just saying.
I get beat down.
I'm stingy.
Well, what is fun for us is bringing another man in.
As long as he's just filming us, bringing up the man.
You got a whole.
Gotta be bringing us food.
No. If you want the chick to participate, We want the man to participate.
But that's your job. As a
If you
woman,
want the chick
as a
to
female,
participate,
that's
we
your
want
job
the man to participate.
to
What's that?
participate. You know, don't be leaning in, Latanya. I see she
Hey,
all
what?
in camera. What?
I think I missed something. What did you say? You
I'm just
said
saying.
it's whose
Said it's our
job?
Hold on,
job.
Ziegler's here. Ziegler's here. I'm just saying, it's your job to kind of be your man, you know.
Okay, so I didn't hear any of that
I mean,
because
because
we
when
were in the
It's
parking
freezing
lot
up,
at
Chuck.
Bachelors mom.
Freezing.
He's frozen.
But you had Tara's internet
Am I
for
back?
There you are.
Am I back?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're back. Now repeat that,
All right,
sir.
all right. No, I was just saying that's your job as a wife is to be the ultimate freak to your husband. So, you know, if he wants to bring in, say, a Halle Berry type somebody, you know, to kind of throw stuff off, you know, you're supposed to accept that. Yeah,
First
it's in
of
the
all,
Bible.
we're not bringing in anybody. That's number one. First of all, we are not bringing in anybody. Number two, I got this. We don't need no extras. I got it.
We don't need no
Okay, Red Lobster.
Number two.
I'm just saying, sometimes we want
And number three, who says that we supposed to do that for our husband? How about let's make it a two-way street?
Right.
You know? Like, let's do for each other. Compromise.
Well, that's good in theory.
Y'all got to do all that. Y'all not feeling each other.
That sounds about right, Will. Y'all gotta do all that. Y'all probably not meant to be.
Right. So, is Ziegler in? Is he frozen? What's he doing?
I don't know.
Hey, what's up, Charles? Hey, what's up, y'all?
Okay, cool. Okay,
Ziegler, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, camera's not on.
Yeah, we got you.
yeah, it's cool.
And Tara
Okay.
just vanished.
Oh, here I am.
Okay. So I got some more questions. What time? We running good on time?
Yeah, keep going.
Nine.
It's the first hour now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I can bring in some more questions and
Oh, let's go.
All right. So this is the woman asking the men the question. Is it too direct to ask men or a man if he has ever had an STD on the second date?
I don't think so. I don't think that's too direct. I think that's something like, you know, if people plan on being intimate and plan on, you know, going to that sexual level in the relationship, then, you know, you have a right to know who the person, how clean they are. So I don't think that's too direct. I think that's being smart.
I agree.
I agree.
Rob?
It's definitely prudent, especially in these COVID-filled days. So, yeah.
Yes.
I guess it's okay, but it would take me off guard for that to occur so quickly. And we're not even, you know, at that stage. Now, prior to that stage, yeah, it's probably important to know. You know, you want to know what you're getting yourself into. But second date,
Right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm cool with that on the second date because that means I'm gonna get some booty soon. So I'm good with that. That's all that means. That's all that means. The booty is coming real soon.
no, I'm like Robert. That's a little bit too direct for me. So we should be talking about other things besides that. So you come at me like that already, I'm already ready to X you out. Because that means you're
Really? I mean,
yeah. I don't. I'm about ready to X them out, man. I like to talk about other things, man.
I'm thinking that first day must have been hot and heavy if all of a sudden we're talking about STD.
Right. You're about to do some things to me.
Well, it could be just come up in conversation.
Okay.
Just conversation, yeah.
If you ask a question like that, that means you ready to fuck that dude. That's all that means.
Oh,
That's all. Why else would you ask a question like that?
no.
Being
Well, it
nosy.
doesn't even have to be posed as a question.
No,
It could be
being
just
nosy.
talking in general. Could be general talk.
Ain't no general. I never had a general conversation about an STD in my entire life.
That's because you're just special.
If you're talking about STDs, you're talking about fucking real soon. Maybe that night, maybe that hour, maybe that week.
Yeah.
But you're
I
not
do
bringing it
agree with
up
Charles
just
on
to
that
know, because you don't need to know that history of a man if you're not going to have sex with him.
Yeah, but if it's going that way, if you like them and you're vibing,
Right.
yeah, you guys will have
That's
those
my point.
conversations.
Or
You definitely want to have those
she got an
conversations.
STD, or she got one.
Oh,
That could be that part of that question, because that's a deep question.
he flipped
So
that
what,
shit.
hey, what was the question
She
again,
could.
Chuck?
Is it too direct for a woman on the second date to ask a man if he has an STD?
Has an STD or had?
Or had? It said has ever had one.
Has ever had one.
Right. You being too specific, bro. What's going on over there?
Nah, my thing is, hey, maybe she had it, but I want to know if she got it now. So,
Right.
That's my thing. What you had is, you got rid of that, but you got that thing still lingering around now. You ain't got
But that question is like, that's a bag of questions of deep stuff. We talking about finances, we talking about kids in that bag, we talking about STD. That's a big, heavy bag.
It is.
And you got to be like, does a woman really want to open that bag? That's probably why we don't have those STD questions.
I don't know, but I think that's grown folk talk.
That's grown folk.
Yeah. Grown folk talk. You going, because what you going to talk about? What you going to talk about? It's just like, see, that's the problem now. When we go out, we try to fluff this little conversation, talk about what we want to be, what we aspire to be, and all that little stuff, and never really get into the details of who you are, or where you been or stuff like that. So we want to fluff it. Oh, I got this big dream. I got this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And we get hung up on that. So basically, a lot of times what you do, you fall for that person of what they want to be. You bought into their dream. So, you never really get to know that person. Sometimes real talk is good.
Yeah. But on the first thing, you meeting the representative.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I think it's needed too, because sometimes grown folks don't want to use condoms. They rather just like, okay, the person I'm with is healthy, and they kind of want to raw dog it, So knowing that the person that they with is STD, free and clean, that may make them feel more assured. I think that's a man and woman.
Right.
So I have a question though, since we're talking about STDs. So this is for the men. Would you guys, or I guess Tara and Sean too, how would you guys feel if the person that you're dating or starting to date asked you to go and, get tested for everything and then come back and show you their results?
That's cool.
Like, have you guys ever had that happen to you, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have everything negative.
Okay.
Say that again.
No, I've never had that. I've never been asked to go and do that. But I don't think I would be offended if someone asked that. I would be like, oh, okay, well, at least he, takes this seriously. He's not just, running around doing whatever. That's how I would look at it.
He could have made a stop on the way back before he showed you the results.
Yeah.
No, what we do.
Never know.
Go together. That's how you do that. Like, if we're really serious about each other and we're ready to lay down, we going together. And I've done that twice in the past, and I appreciate that. I appreciate being asked to do that, and I appreciate when the man is not offended when I ask, like, let's go do it. Let's handle that, because I can't remember, I believe it was Adrian, he's the one that just said that people, especially grown people, love to raw dog it. So we might as well go ahead and get that testing and make it happen.
I mean, but not just that, but also, we live in an age right now that you got to ask about the fraternal. To be able to make babies, you got to ask that question. Like, if you're going to talk about STDs, you also got to be like, hey, do you want kids? Can we have kids? Because a lot of people don't want to talk about that topic, and that topic is, if you want kids, it's important, and it's no need to have a long relationship.
Right.
And the man wants kids, but you never ask that question about, hey, how is your health when it comes to, becoming for lack of better words, a baby factory. So.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Once again, like you said, that's grown folk talk. So. And a lot of times we don't ask about the health, everybody's health, because a lot of times I've seen people be into somebody, and then they found out this guy was diabetic, and next thing you know, she left him because he was diabetic, but if they would have been talking about health at the beginning, maybe she would have knew that. So I know I'm one, I always asked about health. So
wait a minute, wait. So you're telling me that you know somebody that got dumped because they're a diabetic?
Right.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, but think about it. But I was just talking, and she was telling me, that affects your sex life.
Oh,
It does. If you just see, people don't understand. Being a diabetic, it affects your blood flow, and you can't get that blood flow. And like what the sister said earlier, she said if the dude got a small one, she ain't with it. But if he can't get it up, she ain't with it. So, and a lot of times, that's what's going on now. Because I talk to a lot of different people, and you'll be surprised, between the ages of 28 and 31, a lot of those women saying that men can't get it up. You remember, they're drinking, they're doing everything at an early age. Now they're not in shape. They can't even, I'm telling you, it's that erectile dysfunction thing. That thing is real. That thing is real, and it's affecting a lot of these young guys who's out there smoking, drinking, doing everything. And you'll be surprised how widely spread that is. And when I talk to different women, I hear that a lot. So, that's like, well, like I'm saying, when I heard about the lady who said, her boyfriend was a diabetic, she left him. It was basically because of the chemistry, the sexual part of it. And that's real. So that's why, when we was talking about having grown folk conversation, that's going to come up in the conversation. Even like Kareem said, health is big, because that's one thing that I asked about.
Because she cute and you fly, you don't ask that question about the health. You just like, oh, it don't work out. But I mean, as you get older, you realize things don't work out sometimes, and you just gotta embrace that truth. So I had a question. I'm waiting for Charles to get back.
Karima, before you continue, I just wanted to say thank you for having me on your platform. I got to get going. Okay. And thank you all for welcoming me. God bless you all, and have a wonderful night. I hope to see y'all on the next one.
Okay. Bye, Tara.
Bye.
Take care. God bless.
I had a backup question for just in case Charles, something like this happened. So who do you think finds love easier, men or women? That's just everybody's question. Like, I mean, is it easier for a woman to find love, or do you think it's easier for a man to find love?
Man.
Why?
Because they're the ones that are the pursuers. I feel like when a man is ready for a good woman, he's gonna go find one. Okay. He's gonna go out and he's gonna find one when he's ready. Okay. And women, we're always ready, but for the most part, not all of us, but we're usually ready. But it's hard to find a man who's ready. Okay.
So y'all always ready? Because I mean, when you usually, when you in your 20s, 25, you finger pop and you're like, nah, I can't do this. I'm too fly. I've been there. I'm just too fly to be settling down and getting all this seriousness. My mama said I'm supposed to be partying and stuff like that. But then you might find a man that, that man of your dreams, and you 25. But you was like, nah, I was told to party. That ever happened to you?
Not me. I've always been the one that I've always been the one that's been ready to get married, have kids, that whole life, but no, it seems to me that the men are the ones who are never really ready to settle down.
So how about you, Robert? What you think is easier for men or women to find love?
It's probably easier for men just based on the numbers game. But still, in regards to, women, when you're trying to deal with one, and say if you find one or whatever, you hope that outside influences don't, have any bearing on what your relationship could be. I've found a few times that, you find the woman, everything's fine, but then there's opinions from other people, and that kind of derails the situation.
Yeah. How about you, Will?
Yeah, I think it's harder for a woman, Because you know, at times I know I've said this before. I'm like, man, it's got to be hard being a woman because you know, it's like if you date this guy and something happened, now, you know, I spoke of the body count earlier. You know, she started having that body count. Next thing you know, she's not attracted. You know, she's not the one that another guy want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you know, I don't want to say all men, but it's a lot of dudes, they lie. We got game. We know how to fool, trick, and do all that. And then you find out a lot of women find out, you know, one man got about like 3 or 4 women. And it's very seldom. I know it happens, but it's very seldom that you find a woman who got like 3 or 4 men.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and I think it's just harder for a woman to find love.
Okay, I'm on the opposite side. I think it's hard for a man to find love because I'm going with that. I'm going with that. The reason why it's hard for me to find love is, hey Charles, we talking about who has it harder, men or women finding love? Harder. I'm going to go with the man has a harder time because he got to make up his mind. And the thing is, we could be like, yeah, we made up our mind, but we know in the back of our mind, we in this relationship, and you're like, this relationship is horrible. I don't know how I got here. I said I loved her, but now I can't take it back. And then I'm kind of scooting back from the table, right? And the thing is, when I mean love, I mean like that. You know what? My mind is made up. This is it. This is how it is. Not like, well, we getting kind of old, and I guess we should just do it. Not that kind of love. I'm talking about you chose this woman, and you like, you know what? Because women, every season of y'all is fly, okay? And there's it's just like, it's like a brand new car. Every time you see a brand new car, you're like, dude, did you see that new model? Right? Oh, that's dope. You see the 2022 model? Oh yeah, you know, 2023 coming after that. And then you got all this influence of fly women, right? And then you like, okay, I gotta focus on one and and be in love with one. So I think it's really hard for a man to be like, you know what, I'm in love with this woman. I want to be with this. So my opinion is much harder for a man to be like, you it, yeah, that's it, that's dope, and be happy about it, even when y'all argue, even when she pissed you off at a business meeting and you trying to do some things, you like, come on, girl, let's do this, and she making you look crazy, and you just like, damn, if I had another woman with me, right, I could have.
That shit must have happened.
I secured that deal. I mean, I've been there. Like you, like, damn, I got the wrong woman with me, because the thing is, it's Hollywood. So you want somebody that is comfortable every place, but in your relationship, you don't know until you kind of know. So that's my vote. How about you, Charles? Who has a harder, men or women?
In terms of what? Dating?
Finding love.
Women, hands down.
Wow.
Yep.
Because there are more good women out there to find than there are good men out there to find.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
I'm saying good men don't advertise. We know, you know why? Because it'd be like 6, 7 women at your door, banging on your door.
That's cool.
And a lot of them have 6 or 7 women. How many women you know got 6 or 7 guys?
But when you're working on trying to get your money right, you ain't got no time for all.
Well, that's separate. We're talking in general, though. You know,
man,
it's
the more
harder
money
for women
you got,
to
the
find
more
true
time
love
you got for women.
It is for men.
I think so too.
You ain't got to spend no time when you got money, man.
Yeah, that's true.
How about you, Adrian?
Yeah, okay. Generally speaking, I personally think that men and women define love. They have 2 different definitions. That's first and foremost. And I also think that it's harder for women to find love. The reason why, like I said, I think they define love differently. So women, to me, they're more romantic. They have a whole lot of more requirements. You got to do this, do that. Men don't have as much. I feel like men were more fleshly, we're more lustful, you know, than women, generally speaking, or whatever. But yeah, definitely harder for women. Yeah.
So Charles, what's the next question?
Next question is, from the men to the women. Why do women ignore red flags, then complain later when it's too late?
Because we live in a fantasy. We want the whole romance and the whole fantasy. So we're like, you know what? This man is showing interest. You know, yeah, there's some red flags there, but, you know, maybe he's changed. I don't want to like, you know, hold his past against him. So I'll just, you know, keep going. But yeah, it usually bites us in the ass. So.
Like, he just shot a cat, but I ain't gonna let that stop me, huh?
So yeah, I agree with I agree with Sean. It's like you don't, I mean, I agree with her. It's like you don't sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, well, for me, I was in the beginning, like years ago, I was like this picky type dater person. So that kind of was like a bad thing for me. You know, it kind of made me miss like out on some great guys because I felt, you know, I was superficial. They had to look a certain way. And so it kind of hindered me and kind of set me back a little bit. So now I'm, you know, I'm out here, I'm almost 50 and it's like, all right, I'm ready to be married. I'm ready to settle down. But it's like, oh, wow, well, shoot, if I would have just let my guard down and let my little, you know, this whole little list thing I had going on down, then maybe I would be happy like my girlfriend or, you know. So yeah, you know, there were some times I did ignore the red flags, but I also kind of consider those red flags as me being picky. Like I kind of put them kind of together.
I find that I'm more pickier. I'm pickier now. I'm super picky now.
Really?
Yeah, it's very hard to get to me now.
Yeah, so I'm like the opposite. Like I've let like all this down. Yeah, like I've let it down. I'm like, nah. Yeah. Whatever, Charles.
So Charles, I mean,
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Can I ask a question for the guys? Hey, you ever been out on a date, right? And a woman give you the list? And how did that make you feel about? How did that make you feel about her? You know that list. Things on it.
Well, the first one, she was a gold digger. That's what made me feel.
Yeah.
Well, I have to start thinking about, okay, does she actually qualify for the things that are actually on her list?
Right.
She qualifies for the things that are actually on her list. Now it's a challenge for me that if I do hear this list, I'm mentally thinking about, okay, yeah, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's not me. But if she doesn't qualify in the first place to actually have a list, we just wasting time.
Right, like you tripping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had the list put on me, but yeah, I'm like, whatever. You gonna get naked later on, then I'll be on. I'll make the list.
Right. If they have a list and they get naked later on, that's a waste of time.
But actually, you really think about it, that's kind of like childish, stupid, immature. They come out with a list. That's kind of crazy. That means you're not paying attention to what's in front of you. The thing is, whenever you're out with somebody, you want to be in the present. Pay attention to what they're saying, how they're moving, how they're acting. But if you already got a list of already prepared, you're not being in the present. Yeah.
Well, and also too, if you tell a man your whole list, then he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I could do that. I got that. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that."
No,
you'll never really pay attention to know if he really is that way.
And the body kind of conform to that.
But I mean, a list is lame. You just really need to get to know someone.
I was getting ready to ask you, how do you feel about a list? Why would you have a list?
I don't have one. I don't have a list. I just meet people and I just see who I vibe with, who I vibe with, and who I get along with. Not, oh, you have this or you have that. No, those things are not important. How consistent is he? Does his words match his actions? That's what I'm more concerned about. I'm really not concerned about how much money he makes. That's great if he makes money. If he doesn't, I mean, you know, that's cool, but I want to know other things. What's his relationship like with his family and his friends? You know, who is this person? not just, oh, he's fine or he has this car. I don't care about that per se.
No, I've never been the guy like you give me the list and I'm like, yeah, I'm all that. No, I'm like, I mean, I didn't give you my list, but then I start like Robert said, I start questioning the list. I've had crazy lists thrown at me. I had a woman tell me that she wanted a person who spoke a foreign language, and
wow,
it was a chef, right? And I was like, "Do you do that?" She's like, "No." I said, "Why you ask for something that you don't even offer?" So I mean, I've had the list, and I'd be like, I get offended instantly because I was just like, "Dude, I thought we was having fun." I was like, "We just seeing this is a first date. We just vibing real quick."
right.
I ain't saying I don't even want to have sex with you. I just want to get to know you enough to get excited about the idea. I just want to, because the thing about it, the best sex is just the one that you think about, the pending idea of it, not the actual sex. You're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good because we vibing, So that's just me.
So what would you do if you said somebody pull out a list? Me, I just don't entertain that. I'm done with the date. I'm done with talking to that person and everything. If you come to me like that, what would you do if somebody come at you with a list?
Me?
Yeah.
Talking to who?
All y'all.
To-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
Well, nowadays I walk away. When women come at me like that now, 'cause I've experienced that. So it's like, I'm not in your box. I walk away. I can't deal with it these days.
Yeah, I've had a man ask me before, well, what's your credit score
Wow.
and stuff like that. And I was like, dude.
Conversation. That's
yeah, I'm like, are you serious? So no, I think a list is lame. I don't know. I just think it's lame.
I mean, if you want to find out somebody's money thing, just start playing Monopoly with them. Play the game of Monopoly. It tell you everything you need to know about somebody and their money.
Yeah.
right. For me, it just depends on how fine she is.
That's right, Joe.
That's all that matters.
Oh my
If she's fine and she got a list,
crazy.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay, so
I'll be that then.
So if you do have a list and someone checks off everything on, you check off everything on the list, they have everything you want, but you don't like them. So you just don't like who they are. Then what? They got everything on your list, but you don't like them.
That what makes
my list
crazy.
is short though. But my list is short, so it wouldn't matter.
Hey,
but that what makes a list crazy, because it doesn't make any sense.
No, I have a list, and the thing is, I have met a few people who had checked off everything on the list, and I ain't gonna lie, it spooked the hell out of me because I was never expecting for this crazy list I got for the person to have everything right from the gate, and I'm like, ooh, I must be messed up. Because the thing is, I put the list together, but I didn't execute the list when I had opportunity because I just didn't think there was a person built like that out there that I was going to accidentally bump into. I just wasn't ready, so.
And the bottom line is, we all have lists. We just call them attributes. So we do. They're just called attributes. We all have lists though of what we want, and and we just call them. Well, what good attributes does she have to where we can get down and be in a relationship and stuff like that. So we do. We all judge. That's just the way we are. We say we know what we
judge. We judge, but my dad used to always tell me we never know what we want. Until you see it. Until they come to.
Well, first you have to know what you don't want. I think that's the first thing.
That's it. You gotta we know what we don't want, but we really don't know what we want. Because sometimes we get introduced to new things, some things that we never thought about. So we don't know everything. So it's kind of hard to say this is what I want because we don't know everything.
Okay. All right. So next question. This is the women asking the men. Where can women meet eligible bachelors other than the church or the club? Because, of course, the club always has eligible bachelors.
Who said the church had them?
You're right. That's why the women are asking the men. So, fellas, which is kind of weird. Why would you be asking men where you can meet other men? But okay.
Basically, they're asking where you go.
Yeah.
So an answer to that question would be different types of business networking events are good. that's where you can find people that are actually professional, that, you know, they have a job, they're probably progressing in whatever industry that they're in, and they're probably not going to be on a bunch of BS like a lot of other people would be. So that's one place. You know, car wash is always good. You might get
This
somebody.
Negro said the car wash.
That's right.
You know what, man? That's the first
Well,
time I heard that one, and I gotta go ahead and agree with you because it might be right.
men will be at the car wash.
I've never heard the car wash ever before in my entire life. So
I meet a lot of men in Home Depot.
Oh my God, and Lowe's, yes, because that's where men hang out.
Where they
They're
are.
always doing something to their house.
Trying to get a job.
And it means they may have a house, Sean, girl.
They pick them up on Home Depot and have them work all the time.
Well, see, I meet a lot of women at Home Depot, and that's on Crenshaw and Slauson. But they don't sell tools. They, you know, they just sell one garden tool.
No,
You do meet a lot of men too on Facebook. Believe it or not, they're constantly in the DMs.
Oh yeah, Instagram.
Awful.
Yeah,
awful.
Yes. But yeah, in the supermarket too, though. In the supermarket, you meet.
Yeah, supermarket places.
I was about
where
to say that.
you meet a lot of people in your environment.
And supermarket and the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, the gym.
Yeah.
Poetry spots.
You probably don't want the guys in the gym though.
And online.
Yeah, no, you don't want. Take it from me. You don't want the guys in the gym.
What's wrong with the guys in the gym?
You don't want the guys in the gym. Been there, done that.
Huh?
Not the trainer dude. No.
You don't want, girl. I had the trainer dude.
That's stereotype.
You don't want that.
That's stereotype, and you hear that?
That's not stereotyping. That's facts, and I'm telling you,
no,
facts.
It's not
that's
facts.
Giving out facts. That's my facts. It's my facts.
No, it's not facts. It's not facts. See, y'all can pass over good dudes because y'all see them and y'all say, "Oh, nah, he looks like he got about 5 or 6 more women." So that could be a good dude. But what I'm saying, you're gonna meet people in your environment, and the people that you run into my dad used to always tell me, it tells a lot about who you are. So if you keep running,
a lot of shit.
Say what?
Your daddy does you a lot of shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He used to sit there and talk to me for hours, you know. So, but yeah, but it does. It tells you a lot about who you are. You keep running into this guy, that guy, and then I want this guy, but where are you at? Look at your environment. I mean, and it tells a lot about who you are.
I think LA's different than a lot of places, because a lot of places you can go and meet people. Here, life is so busy. You know, you're just trying to get, going. You tend to meet people at your work, or in the same field as you, because that's what you do. You're going to this place to meet this, to learn this, and it happened to be somebody there that's doing the same thing. So it's kind of hard to be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go do some extracurricular thing that I don't do and meet somebody. I noticed that like here, it's like you work, you gotta sleep, you gotta eat, you gotta pay bills, and like where would you make time to meet somebody? Unless like supermarkets would be by accident, but it's tend to be the places that you normally travel.
Your environment. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a issue with meeting people. I meet men, but it's hard to get to know these people. It's too much to get to know them because everyone is so busy. Yeah. So that's where I run into the problems too.
Everybody's so what?
Everyone's so busy.
And then they're juggling like what Sean is saying. So what's happening is they're juggling a lot of women too. You know what I'm saying? Like, although they're busy and they claim that they're busy men, that's what I'm talking about. They're juggling like a lot of women, like a lot of different women. Like they're just trying to do too much.
Not all the time. Some men are like, just get out of it. Just don't want to be bothered. They just trying to really get their life back in order. Not every man is just like got a whole bunch of women. Some of them are like, dude, that last relationship was a whopper. I just need to take a break on trying to go find somebody or meet somebody. I mean, like everybody ain't booed up, you know. I have friends who ain't booed up, so I like, you know, that are looking, but you know.
Well, I always say a man will make time for what's important to him and who he wants to spend time with, no matter what.
No matter what.
I just think that that's a person in general.
Hmm.
A person in general going to make time for what they want to make time for. But yeah, well, you know, you're right. That's kind of what we was talking about earlier when the sister said, you know, men juggling a lot of women. That's why when we go back to that question, is it harder for men to find love in women? Because like I was saying, it's a lot of guys who's juggling a lot of women. So, but what we was talking about with this, you know, is more so like the sister said, she meets men, but what, you keep your guard up?
Yeah, I do.
See,
you
you ain't trying to be nobody.
I do. I totally get my issues. I totally know it's me. I
So you got
totally get
issues.
it. But I just have to. I can't just
don't have
let
to.
someone in my space like that. I
You
can't
got to
do
pay
it.
attention. You bring people into your space, but pay attention. See, that's what, hey, Chuck, you're gonna laugh, but my dad used to always tell me that. The problem is a lot of times we're lazy. We don't want to pay attention. So, you know, if you just pay attention, you ain't got to worry about having your guards up.
Nah, I have my guards up. I'll pay attention, but you'll still be over that way.
It's a lot of
and I'll
work
pay
paying attention, though, ain't it?
Not here. No.
Paying attention is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question. It's the men asking the women.
Mhm.
So I have a few here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that was pressure, huh?
Yeah, man,
No,
they got to
no.
answer some questions. You're putting it all on us.
Right. Here's a fun one that would probably get me cussed out at the Real Battle of Sexes, but hey, I don't give a shit. So here we go. The men are asking the women, why do black women still insist on waging chemical warfare on their hair?
Yep.
Chemical warfare on our hair.
Yes.
You mean like perms and stuff like that?
Yeah. Whatever
Leaves,
chemical.
all of it.
Everything. Wait, what happened to Tara? Where'd she go?
Or
Yeah,
left.
go.
Had to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought she got arrested in the parking lot or something. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. I mean, our hair, Black women, we just do different things with our hair. I mean, it's just our style. It's who we are. It's who we've become. We just do different things with our hair. That's it. It's fun to have different styles. I mean, I have a different style every other month. So,
I know.
yeah, it's fun. So, I don't know.
Okay.
But but the real question is, do you men appreciate a woman who has her natural hair, or do you kind of dog her out about it?
We just said we was asking y'all questions. Now we all got us asking questions.
How well she wears her natural hair.
What?
What'd you say, Charles? You got stuck.
It depends on how.
What?
Oh, am I back?
Yeah.
I'm saying it depends on how well she wears her natural hair, you know.
Yeah. I agree totally with y'all because when I was younger, right, women with natural hair would have a nice little cute afro. They would put some effort into the hair. And then we went into that stage, I think pre-COVID, that it was like, I don't give a damn look. It's just I'm gonna wear it natural. Somebody told me I should be natural, but my thing is, what happened to neat? Because the thing is, I've had locks, right? My locks was I had locks 13 inches long. I had 333 locks, so I've had a full mane. It was pretty too, and I was just like, you know, if you're gonna keep it, you know, you gotta keep it nice. But I've had women like come up to me and it looked like, you know, like as my mama call it, a tack head. They would look like a tack head, and they would approach me, and I'm like, did I do something wrong to somebody? Did I say something? because I thought I pulled better than that. I thought I could, you know, and yeah. So you can wear natural, and I actually prefer natural hair, but you gotta take care of it. You gotta love on it. You know, you can't be like, fuck it. The fucking is not sexy to me at all. You know,
No.
I'm offended easily when it comes to hair because I had hair.
Well, I just think that if Black men, you know, paid more attention or showed outwardly that they really liked our hair when we have it natural, I think more of us would wear it. I know a lot of us now are starting to wear our hair naturally, but I mean, when you see men that are like all after the weavy weave look and all of that, then it's like, you're telling us that's really what you like and what you want.
No, I mean, just to follow up on that, I'm not saying that. You get more compliments with the natural hair, but what I don't like is bald-headed women. Okay, don't have your hair cut like mine. I mean, way, you know what I mean, like way down, like you can smack.
Like Amber Rose.
Yeah, there ain't too many people that can pull that off of me.
Yeah, it's hard to pull that off, but I love that. I think that's a really cute look. I think so.
Yeah, I think when a woman cuts her hair like that, it's like she's bold in who she is. Like that makes a huge like fashion statement for that woman. Yeah, because it's hard. Like I would be nervous about cutting my hair like that. Like I would need some hair, to be honest. Like I would need some hair. Yeah, but yeah.
How about
I ain't never liked no bald-headed women, but you know, there are a lot of attractive ones out there, so I wouldn't discount it. But since you guys are talking about stuff, these eyelashes though, I haven't heard a man say, "Oh, I want those big eyelashes." I can't stand those big eyelashes that people have.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like clowns.
That is not for men.
Yeah, I hear a lot of men say they don't like that. They're like, it looks like reindeers or antlers.
It's the clown. Yeah. It looks,
I don't like it.
I don't like too much makeup because I met some women from Texas, right? And I gotta say Texas, and it was horrendous how much of a clown they look like. I'm like, why did your mama teach you how to put that much makeup on your face? Because the thing is, you're messing up your pores in your skin when you put that much makeup. And I was like, it's some Texas girl thing. Is it that?
Yes, it's a Southern Belle thing.
I was like, I'm gonna stay in Baltimore. I'm gonna stay there. That was just too much. And they were cute, but I was like, I can't take you on to my mama. I can't.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of makeup is not good.
Yeah, I don't even know how to put that stuff on, to be honest with you. I don't.
Well, you don't need it.
So, thank you. You don't need it.
So, well, how about you? What's a no-no? What's it like? So Robert said no lashes. I'm like, you can't be bald head like me. What's a no-no for you, Will?
Well, I'm like Robert. No lashes. No, I don't like a lot of makeup, especially when I see women with makeup. They got brown skin with green, that eyelash. I'm like, why are you mixing all these colors? And,
green here or green here?
Somebody said earlier, I think somebody said clown. And that's the truth. It's like a clown. I like natural, you know, and when going back to the hair, I don't have no preference of hair. You know, it depends on you know, because some women can rock real low haircut. Some women can rock the braids, and you know, it depends on, you know, what fits them. It's not no one-stop shop for all. But yeah, but me personally, nah, I don't like the clowns. Yeah, that's the makeup.
I can get it, Bob. The reason I realized that's my truth, because I've been in two relationships that the woman had hair and she cut her hair, and I realized how I reacted. And I promised myself never to lie about that ever again. And I was just like, oh, you really a hair person. I did not know that. Like, really? Like, you can wear a wig, but it better be some hair under that wig. It's like, literally, you can't, like, I have to know, like, okay, when she take that off, she still got some hair. Because I lied to myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do that to myself again.
But what happens, Karima, when your wife or, you know, your person that you're dating goes through the cancer stage, like what happens then? Like if they become ill and they have to, you know what I'm saying? Like their hair.
I've had that question asked before, because I already said this, and I remember a person asked me about cancer. And no, I can deal with it then, because it's a natural thing, progression of this is what happened to my woman. It's not like, you know, you just was like, hey, you know what? I don't like hair no more. Boop. And then we just date. Like, nah, son. The visual appeal is still important. But if it's a medical situation that all of a sudden we are in a situation and I'm like, oh, dang, I'm gonna miss it. It's like a woman break a leg and all of a sudden she can't wear heels. You gotta be like, damn, I remember you used to rock them heels for me. And then you gotta be like, I guess we got flat.
I thought you'd get ready to say you broke a leg and they had to take it off.
Right, me too.
So basically, unlike Will's friend, you're not going to leave her because of the health situation, whereas his friend left because of the diabetic situation.
How about you, Adrian? How about you?
I don't like women with like blue, pink, blonde hair and all that. Like the colors. Yeah, I don't like all that. That's you have blue and pink hair. It looks weird to me. So yeah, I don't like my woman with that.
Does anybody else have a question while we're waiting for Charles to get back? I know y'all got been holding on these questions for years. Oh, then you finally got an audience. Come on.
I know we got all these men, these beautiful Black men here.
Right.
And I can't even think of a question.
Oh, I got a question. And I'm sure you guys have probably, Charles has probably had this question asked at his one of his events. So what is it with the men? So you're dating, so I'm dating someone and we just so happen to like break up. And next thing you know, he's dating somebody else. And then the next thing you know that he's proposing to her. And they're getting married. So I'm sure they probably asked this question because I mean, it happens all the time. So I'm trying to figure out what happens? Like, what is that really all about?
You just wasn't the one.
That's it?
Yeah, and it's just simple as that. You wasn't the one. See, I know it's a simple answer, but sometimes we try to make things more complicated than what it is. Because the thing about it, you wasn't the one.
It wasn't your person.
Well, I think it wasn't, the timing was wrong. It's a timing thing. Because the thing is like, sometimes it's like two passing trains up in the night. Like it's a timing thing. Like you have to be in the right place and that person, you probably lost your job and you're like, really? I got to get my stuff together. A month later, he got his stuff together, but you tired of paying for everything, you leave. And then all of a sudden he like, well, this woman could deal with me when I didn't have nothing. So I'm going to marry the person who can deal with me when I don't have nothing. You know, it's timing, in my opinion.
I think it's a combination of all that, but it can also be the fact that the man could, one, be dating someone at the same time as you, or it could be the fact that you're putting more pressure on him or you're not putting more pressure on him in regards to moving to that next level. Whereas this other young lady might be doing that. You know, so it's a balance game. You never necessarily know where the man is coming from, but it's a strong possibility that he could be dating somebody at the same time, or you're not either putting the pressure on, or, you know, you're just, you know, lax or something. But like I said, if you have your boundaries up front early, you'll be able to weed out the people that are not for you. And yeah, he might end up marrying somebody right behind you, but you're not going to end up with that train wreck that he probably was in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're probably saving yourself. You know?
Yep.
But like I said, it is. I know it's a simple answer, but you're not the one, and that's not a bad thing. Everybody ain't for everybody, because just like that guy, you know, everything runs its course. My dad used to always tell me, everybody ain't meant to be in your life for a lifetime. Maybe he was just in there for a little while to change you a little bit, to prepare you for somebody else, or you was maybe prepared him for the next lady that he married. And it's nothing wrong with that. See, we put shame on all that, but this is life. We go through valleys and we go through peaks. We got peaks and valleys. And just because, you know, something don't work out for us, it may not it wasn't for us. And we got to quit trying to force something that's not for us. And I think that's where the problems come in relationships. A lot of times we try to force things that's not for us. And what we were talking about earlier about running the stop signs, you know, when you see red flags and stuff and you keep going and then end up an accident later and you wonder why, it's because you just ran a stop sign. You know, and a lot of times, and just like I was telling the other sister, pay attention. My dad used to always tell me, pay attention. And that's a hard thing to do. I'm telling you, it may sound simple, but that's a hard thing to do, is pay attention and be present. Because a lot of times, you know, we get to wondering and doing all this other stuff and we're not in the present.
Yeah, I think it's very, very hard. Adrian, you got something to say before you roll?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna get off and stuff in a little while, but just to piggyback off what Will said, yeah, I absolutely agree with what you said with like paying attention. Like I was in a relationship for several years, and we broke up and stuff a little about over a year ago, and there was certain red flags that the both of us saw, but because we chose not to pay attention, our relationship didn't last. And that's, you have to pay attention. And there was certain things, it's from when Charles was saying, like, there was certain, like, she prepared me for the next woman, I prepared her for the next man. And we were needed in each other's lives for a certain season. You know, she was meant to teach me certain things, help me to grow, vice versa. And when I look back at it, it's like, oh, okay, I learned what I was supposed to learn. And next time to really pay attention to what something really is, opposed to like, okay, this is going to change, it can get better. Wishful thinking isn't going to take you anywhere. It's like, what's really the facts and the truth? So, yeah.
What's really the facts and the truth? I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to head out. So good night, everybody. It's good seeing y'all.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye, Adrian.
Good night, Latanya.
Good night.
Charles, Will, Karim. Peace, brothers. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
All right now. And remember, a man's philosophy is from my ex to the next.
Yeah. So how long do you guys think that you should date somebody and you're not married, you're not engaged, you don't live together? How long do you think that you should date a person if you're in that situation with them?
In what situation? That's not for you?
No, a situation where you don't live together
Mhm.
and you are not engaged to be married. You're just dating, or I guess you're in a relationship or whatever, but how long do you think is too long to stay in that situation where it's not moving?
Well, remember, a man is going to do what you let him get away with.
Mhm.
So a man basically knows if he wants to marry a woman within 3 to 6 months, generally speaking. So at that time, if he's not progressing forward within the relationship, this is your time to be like, hey, what's going on? You know, are we going forward or we're not? Because if you don't have that conversation, I promise you, a man will continue to just be in that situation, not say anything, possibly date somebody else, and then you look up and he's going to be gone because, you know, it just wasn't the situation, or he just wasn't pushed in the right direction. Some men need to be pushed, some men don't. It just depends on the situation.
I mean, I think I agree with you totally about that. But I mean, like as Will was saying, that you gotta pay attention. Like you gotta pay attention to your feelings about your relationship. You gotta pay attention to the other person's feeling about the relationship, and just know, you know, what's the things that are a downfall. Like, for example, a big downfall if as a man you don't want a relationship with my mother, because that's a key right there. It's like, why am I so aggressively pushing forward if you don't naturally even want a relationship with my mother? I have to be like, why am I so aggressive when obviously I'm asking you to do simple things and it seemed like it's so hard. So I'm thinking, why am I prioritizing your need, right, where in front of something that's absolutely more, is absolutely a primal need of mine. So it's like that'll slow your relationship down. And a lot of women don't get that. Like, oh, I don't really want to deal with his mom. You don't understand that he's gonna get rid of you before he get rid of mom. And so if you don't have a good vibe with mom, and then you be like, why is he taking 3, 4, 5? Yeah. Did you realize what you wasn't doing? Like in the interpersonal relationships that make him who he is? A lot of women don't catch that. They be like, I'm just dating him. No, you're not. You dating his father, you dating his mama, you dating his best friend. Like if a best friend saying, you know what, she's selfish, he gonna be like, why am I going so fast? I don't need to go this fast. We dating now, we having a good time, but you never know. Just like a woman, like her best friend. If a man pisses off your best friend, you gonna slow your roll with him. You're gonna start thinking about somebody else. And the same thing with men. Women just like, I'm just dating him. No, you're not. Or basically you date him so much that you don't let him spend time with anybody else. Those person is like, hey, you need to slow your roll with her. And then you be like, why is he taking forever? You did, or you was out and you embarrassed him in front of his friends. You yelled at him. You don't understand how much psychologically he's just like, why am I running fast? Maybe I need to walk a little bit. And then that walking becomes, maybe I need to lay on this sidewalk for a few days and then figure if I really want to get up. I mean, there's little tiny things that I don't think women pay attention to, because y'all think because I'm cute and I got a vagina that it's all good and gravy. And it's
oh no, I don't think that.
I mean,
but some women are like, well, I'm good, so I don't need to. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot Charles. My bad. He just called me.
where is he at anyway?
Where'd he go?
Charles, you there?
He's the host. How did he disappear?
Yeah, he left.
This is his game.
Here he comes.
See, that's what you get when you talk about other people's stuff.
Yeah.
But what I think about when she was saying why it takes so long, and it goes back to I know we all know, what was that song Al Green had? Love and Happiness. He said, love will make you do right, make you do wrong, make you come home early, make you stay out all night long, And if the thing is, if you're dating and you're not progressing towards seeing each other like every day, most of the time you don't want to like go home. He don't want to go home. If he don't want to go home, you don't go home. Y'all gravitating, y'all moving in the right direction. But when you get to a point where you over here, he's over here, I'll see you on Wednesday. When I see you next week, then you should already know that's not a great relationship. A great relationship is when you're moving towards each other. If I don't want to see you, because I'm the type of dude, I want to see my girl every day. So if he don't want to see you every day, you may not be the one. If you don't want to see him every day, then he may not be the one for you.
I don't know about it every day. I mean, right?
But see that but when you I'm gonna tell you, when you in love, you gonna want to see them every day.
You right, you are.
You got a big booty, then yeah.
Always come back to the booty.
Come back to the big booty.
So someone told me a story, okay? The difference between men and women, right? And I absolutely think it's true. So you meet a woman Monday, right? Your first date is next Monday, right? Right? And then you see the person the following Monday, right? A man will say, well, I only been dating her for 3 days. A woman would be saying, I dated him for 2 weeks already.
I say weeks.
I do Monday.
I say 3 weeks. Yeah, so
3 weeks. I'll be like, no, that's 3 days. I'm counting 3.
We went out 3 times.
That was 3 days.
There you go. That's correct. That's correct.
So Charles, you want to? Okay, so we're coming down to the end of a show, and I want everybody to tell everybody out there, because the audience is definitely excited about what we talked about. we're gonna go around and just introduce ourselves and what we do and how people can connect with us. Okay, so
You call this the shameless plug.
shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
So, Will, you want to start?
Yes, I'm Will Campbell. I'm a video editor. Basically, I work in the industry basically, and I really don't do social media that much. Cause Chuck always on me about it, but, we're gonna try to get some social media stuff.
You've been saying it for 2 years. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I've been busy, man. But anyway, basically, yeah. If you ever need any editing done, I do actors demo reels. I do commercials, just anything. You can reach me at Will Campbell Productions. As Will at willcampbell.net. And that's about it.
Okay. So, how about you, Latanya?
Hi everyone, I'm Latanya Green. I have a nonprofit called Unfamiliar Blessings, Inc. So what I do is I create these specialized toiletry necessity kits for the homeless, for shelters, for transitional facilities. I even make kits for pets from age range from infant up to 100 years old. I can be reached. I'm on Instagram at UBKits, and then on Facebook at Unfamiliar Blessings Inc.
And everybody, her skin game is always on point.
Thank you. I try. Thank you.
And how about you, Robert?
My name is Robert Biggs. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate developer, and I also do tax-free retirement and insurance. I can be followed on Instagram at RNBIII. Also on Facebook, Robert Biggs III. And my business page on Facebook is RNBIII as well. Numbers 213-361-6978. Hit me up for any real estate needs, life insurance, or tax-free retirement.
Can you repeat the number one more time?
213-361-6978. Sean, we're connected on Facebook, friends.
And how about you, Sean?
What are we?
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and you, Sean?
Oh, hi. My name's Sean Bailey, and I have group homes for people who have developmental disabilities.
Wow.
And I also help to house people who are homeless. I'm on a board for that too, Latanya Green. So we definitely need to hook up. Oh gosh, I also do a podcast, just started, and it is called Let's Drink to Wealth. Okay. And that's you can find us on Instagram, and my Instagram is 3hotmama, THREE, and Facebook is Sean Laverne. And my phone number is 310-293-8722. And thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Coming.
And Charles?
You can find me at the right track. At some of y'all know like what the right track is. LA Battle of the Sexes. We're gonna bring it back as soon as we get out of this COVID. We're gonna do the whole thing. We also have the Urban Hiking Club and the Urban Wine Tasting Club, and you can find that on Facebook. And the poetry group. What's it called? Come on, man, I forgot the name already.
It's been a while.
So poetic. Okay, well, we got that on Facebook too. Just look that up. And you can get me at Facebook at Charles May, Maye, and there we go.
And I am your host, Karima J. Spear, aka K2. You can find my work at karimaspear.com. That's KARIMASPHERE.com. And we have a new website for the radio show. It's Karima Show and Tell. That's KARIMA SHOWANDTELL.com. Definitely check it out. If you like us, definitely follow us. And hey, if you can donate, that would be a blessing to us. Anyway, this is season 5, episode 89, Battle of the Sexes. You can find it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I want to thank my guests for making this an awesome, awesome show. This is actually the largest episode for the season. So thank you, Cho, for wanting to do the Battle of the Sexes. Thank you for bringing the folks and making it this really an awesome show. The next episode is episode 90 on September the 9th. Okay, we're going to 100. We broadcast it typically at 10. This show, because of the edit and the time, I gotta go to work. We will release it tomorrow at about no later than 11 o'clock. Anyway, Karima Show is a great show, so go tell somebody. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Bye, you guys. Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Meeting you.